In this video, we will be going over how a user can make suggestions for either new records or new listings in the database, or they can suggest changes to existing records. So the first thing you might notice as a user is this heading up here on the main menu that says suggest a record or event. So if I were to click that, now this opens a bunch of fields that have different sections and headings, sort of titles over here, and then you're invited to fill them in. So anything that is suggested on the database is comes in as feedback, and then data managers for the different record owning agencies see that feedback come in on the back end, and they either accept it or edit it and accept it or reject it based on the inclusion criteria that you have. So that is a great way to be able to crowdsource information but still have some control over the quality of the information that's going up. So you'll notice that some of these headings have little red asterisks here. So that means that these fields are required. So in this case, underneath the organization or program name, the heading is required because that's the title of the record. So you have to have some sort of heading or title. If there is no asterisk, then you don't have to fill it in. But if you do know that piece of information, you can fill it in. These question marks over here allow you to pop up some information about that field and how it is supposed to be filled in. So that can be helpful if you're unsure what the heading is trying to tell you to do here. So if we go down past sort of this initial information about the program or the organization name or title, then we get into location. So it is super important that location is filled in. So if you do, as a data manager, receive feedback where the location is not filled in, you want to make sure you do that. And you just continue going through and filling out, as the user, filling out what you know. So that is the one thing as a data manager you may receive, again, information that's not complete. So if it isn't complete, you have to find out that information and fill it in. And then you can go down, copy and paste the social media links in here if there are any. Write or paste the website link, the URL in here, the main contact information here, carry on down, fill out anything you know. And then when you get to the bottom here, again, just leaving blanks. If the person doesn't know the information, they don't have to fill it out. And then when they get down to the bottom, there will be a piece, an about you piece, where you just leave your name, your email, your phone number, and any additional special instructions, and do a little security check just so the data managers know that the user who's making the suggestion, it's legitimate. It's a legitimate person making a legitimate request, and it's not, a robot or whatever. And then you submit your updates here. And when you submit your updates, you will wait, and then you will see that someone has accepted your updates on the back end when those take effect. Now, if you just wanted to make a change to, actually, before I scoot away from here, you'll see down in the footer area of the page, there's also a link here to suggest a new record. So just like we clicked it on the main page in the menu bar, there's also at the bottom of the page, if it says can't find what you're looking for, suggest a new record or event for the guide. But then under that, it says something not right. You can also click on suggest an update at the top of the listing. So I'm going to just scroll back up here and go back to the search page. And I'm just going to do a random search here to just open up any record that I can find. So I'm just going to type in trail and click on the first one I see. Okay, so if we scroll down here, you'll see that there's an option here at the top. It has a little sort of an editing icon, and it says suggest update. So if you click that, it opens up all those fields like we just saw for suggesting a record, but it also includes all the information that already exists. It also gives you some contact information about the agency that owns the record if you want to contact. And then you can go through and just make changes. So if you wanted to change the location, you would take that out, type in something new, edit the contact information, or just maybe adding a piece of information. Maybe they have a new Facebook page, so you put that in. Whatever it is, you fill it in. And then once again, you just head down to the bottom, fill in your about you information, and submit those updates. And then those again will come through the feedback function on the back end, and they'll be accepted by a data manager. So that's how we have citizens and users contribute information to the database.